What is going on, people? Welcome to Throw Down Your Questions, episode 312. I'm your host, Tony Polanco, and tonight I'm joined by Emilio Lopez.
Sup, people? How's it going?
Carlos Romero.
Yo, yo, yo.
Adam Vale.
Yo, Sucker Free Sunday.
Brett Murdoch.
What's up, people?
And Brian Manjoma.
You missed me?
Yes, I did, man. I missed that new voice you got, man. It's crazy. Brian, what's going on with you, man? Talk, because I got to do some shit. We obviously going to talk about the shit we've been talking about behind the scenes. Goddamn drama in the industry. Anyway, Brian, what's going on with you, man? What'd you do during, like, okay, because everybody here but you, Brian, was on vacation. So, like, what did you do? You had a normal weekend and shit?
Normal weekend. Just catching up on some, not Vita games, Switch games. Astral Chain. I don't know why. I went back to it for like a while, and then I was like, hey, I have one full one-on-one. Let's jump into that. So I play that for like a while. And every single time I play, it's like I learned something new. It's like, oh, you can now do this with this weapon. It's like, I never knew that. And I don't know. It's like the Brian game. It's a game where the more you mess around, the more things you find out, and the more everything just opens up and gets more involving. So I'm having great fun with that.
Yeah,
Did you finish that game? You finished it, right?
No, I finished Astral Chain, but I had remembered that wonderful one-on-one was on there. So I'm like, okay, I'll just go on that as well and finish that off. And yeah, it's a fun game. It's weird because it's so much fun. Like I laugh every like half hour because there's always some sort of weird joke in there. But yeah, lovely game. And then I finished Carry On. That's it. The one where you play as the weird creature feature thing. That's a game and a half. You know, Tony, you should play it sometime.
I never even heard of it until now.
I've never heard of that either.
Oh, I'm confused that Adam has not. It's
Carry On.
Carrion. It's one word.
Oh,
CARRION.
What is it? Like dead shit? Isn't that what Carrion
Devolver.
is?
It's a Devolver game. I think that's all that needs to be said.
Wait a minute.
We got people in the chat vouching for it too. Brooklyn Bear.
Carrion. Oh, it's Carrion is that's what it's a fucking bird, right? Is that what Carrion is?
No, it's like rotting flesh.
Oh,
Carrion
okay.
birds, ER.
Okay, so I was right the first time. Dead shit.
Yeah, by the way, quick shout out to Agent Redshirt who subscribed. He says, "I gave up Sunday night for this."
Yeah.
Thanks, man.
That shit is crazy.
Wow. Yeah, play that. Managed to get to the end. It's nice, fun slice. I'd say. It's just weird being able to like play as like the creature on the other side, because usually we play as the guys that fight the creature, but now it's like, hey, we're actually playing as the creature, and hence we like think like the creature, and, like sleuth around in the vents and stuff. You know, like try and say, okay, if I lure this guy here, then I can like separate these guys around so that I don't get killed. You know, it's odd like that. You know, it has you. It's like a weird stealth game.
In the game, you play essentially the Thing.
Yeah, the Thing, but way more violent.
Now, is this only on PC?
Oh no, it's on everything. I don't know if it's on Switch though.
Is that the game where you play that blob? Okay, I know what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I remember seeing that a while ago.
Blob and it eats, and pretty much you just murder everybody.
Yeah, you're playing the blob. That's right.
Sounds awesome.
Yeah, it definitely sounds like a Devolver game. Yeah, it definitely sounds like a Devolver game.
Hence why I said it's a Devolver game. You know, I just say that and never know. Oh, so it's just stupidly violent. Like,
for no reason. Cool stuff, man.
It is Devolver.
Well, it has a reason. It's a Devolver game.
Yeah. All right, man. By the way, Chris may or may not show up later. He's on daughter duty right now. You know, Olivia's being a little temperamental. She's always like yelling at him when we're playing Dark Souls and Demon Souls. It's hilarious. You know?
Can she hear it? Is he on a headset or?
No, he's on he's on a headset. But you know,
maybe
she sees all the disturbing images or something. You know,
right. He's gonna be traumatized.
Hey.
Like, yo, your daughter was just born. You're sure in that fucking game?
Exactly.
Oh man,
started off right.
Exactly. All right, man. So let's get into some questions from the fans. That's what we do on Throw Down Your Questions. First up, Black Metal Gamer. All right, he goes, there's no denying that this console launch has gone out of hand with scalpers hoarding consoles and mass bots blocking the normal consumer from making an honest purchase. What do you think should happen in the future to prevent this? Should there be regulations on bots, maybe something connected to one bank account for one purchase only? What can we do? I don't know, man.
The thing about it is that it's a program just like anything else. So you have to put more things in the way in order for them to not work. So that means there's one or two things you do, and it might piss people off. It means that you may have to buy. You can only buy one item per person. So that means that remember, a bot can't do it multiple times unless it's you just have to click one. Or there's also a verification, where I'm not a robot. You ever seen those things?
The capture shit, yeah.
You're gonna have to do the capture so you can see the street walk, see the sign,
you have to do a little visual test, because again, a randomized visual test, because so that the bot doesn't go in and then start ransacking. Because what they do is most sites, the way these things work is that you usually there's a front page that's being put onto a site. Let's say for Target, and that's the site where you can order it. And as soon as it goes live, you hit you have it set to hit the the buy button and how many you want, and then that's it. So there's a bunch of things that they can do, but the problem is nowadays, because so many people are stuck at home, right? Now it's even worse. Because I'm sure this would have happened before. This would have happened, but I don't think it would have been as rampant as it was.
Yeah, no, they definitely have to up their security. It's sort of like when I got mine and I got it from the Sony Direct. They put you in the queue. You have another authentication thing that hits after that with the picture and all that stuff.
It's because Sony in general, they have control over the thing. Now, but with places, this sort of stuff involves every single site doing the same thing. It means Target, Walmart, Amazon, every single one of those stores to update their sites to so that there's some sort of additional verification process. I noticed that Target as of late has been limiting pre-orders to one per person now, as opposed to letting everybody letting everybody ransack it and run through it.
I think also a lot of these big box stores that have, like Walmart and Target, actually have stores, need to, at least in my area, they've been doing it, and they should do this everywhere. If you want one of these consoles, just to make sure people in the community get one, you order it online, and then they send you a time when you can come pick up at the store, and they'll bring it to your car. That type of thing. And that's how people around my area have been getting their consoles. Because that's one of the things. Yeah, you order online, but you have to go to the actual store and pick it up. You don't have to go in, but they'll tell you what time to drive through and do the whole thing, and then they'll bring it to you, and that ensures you get one. And my brother did that over in Brooklyn at Best Buy. He did the same thing. Order online, and they were like, "All right, here's the time. Come pick it up." And that, at least that way, it ensures the locals get in. It's not going to some fucking guy in Arizona who's hoarding them.
Yeah, the thing I like about that solution is because I saw a lot of people on Twitter talking about how, they're like, oh, why don't we just ban all online sales? I'm like, dude, that's not realistic. You can't do that. Because the reason was the reasoning was if you don't have online, then people are going to be forced to go to the store. I understand that, but during a pandemic, you can't really be doing that shit. So I like that idea. It's like you order online, you go to the store, right? And then, because you don't have to go into the store, they bring it to you and shit in the parking lot, and you're straight.
You a time.
That's
why they don't get everybody rushing at the same time to pick up. They're like, all right, you're coming within this window. There's like a 2-hour window. Come within this time. And if you can't make it, then just reply here a new time request.
Yeah. And go ahead, bro.
I have the obvious answer. Just make more inventory.
Well, yeah.
Well, but the thing is that, like, here's the shitty part of all this. The companies are still making money regardless.
Yeah, they are.
Like, and that's why Target did, when I was talking about the action figure stuff. That's why Target didn't do anything initially about the bots running rampant and literally snatching up all the figures, the exclusive figures to the store, because they're like, oh, whatever, we made the money, that's what we wanted. Not to really thinking like,
They just get a bad rap. That's the whole thing.
Yeah, but we're talking about how we resolve this whole scalper situation. If you create more inventory, then obviously that'll settle everything. You don't need.
But how do you know it'll settle everything? Because all it'll mean you just have more numbers to throw at the fucking bots. It's not gonna make it. It's not.
No, it is, because think about it like this, right? If there were enough consoles available, then people wouldn't be going to eBay and buying consoles for $1,000 off of these people. Understand?
But how many? Here's the thing: it's like, how many consoles are these guys? You saw how many consoles these guys are snatching up.
Oh yeah, no, they're holding up a lot
of shit, man.
Yeah, no, I know what you're saying, but I'm saying if there's enough consoles, the thing about this is what's going to kill the whole scalper thing. What's going to go away when there's enough consoles on stores? People won't have to fucking go to these idiots because they only thrive off of people that are desperate.
Yeah, these guys are only going to buy as many consoles.
Yeah. And we have to also state the obvious, just real quick, Manny. We have to state the obvious, right? A lot of these consoles that these guys bought, like those motherfuckers that bought 30 consoles, they're going to be stuck with like 28 of them. They're not going to be able to sell them. So these are going to look stupid in the end, too.
They're going double, triple the price. Come on now.
Yeah, no one's buying that shit. There are some people who are doing it, but not a lot, So when we have enough inventory, this thing's going to resolve itself. This is just something we just have to deal with console launches, unfortunately.
I've seen the Series S, people, they're putting bids for like $700. Well, not bids, they're asking price.
I saw a motherfucking ad, because, Cyberpunk is out in the wild right now, right? $2,000. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? It's crazy. So yeah, that but the thing is, but the realistic thing is, like, you can't have enough consoles at launch because consoles are never in stock at launch. You can't. The companies can never produce enough at launch. That's just how it is. Unfortunately,
isn't it crazy?
Going to be limited.
Yeah,
isn't it crazy that there's Apple has always has ample iPhones available when they release, and they sell way more than consoles do at launch, and also have less time to actually research and create these things because their time frame is pretty fast, their life cycles. So yeah, I mean, obviously production is the main thing. If you produce X amount more consoles, if you do double what they have this time, the scalpers can only buy so many consoles. They don't have, the scalpers don't have an endless supply of money. It's not like Bezos is like buying all these consoles to make a profit. So I think that's the main one. Second, limiting the purchase for console per customer. So making it one per customer, and also adding complexity. Like Manny mentioned, the whole authentication with the image if you're a real person. Also limiting the address and the credit card that gets to pay for these things. Also, you can add another layer of complexity and saying, every time you make a purchase, you have to verify with the phone number. So every time you buy a console, you have to get a code on your phone number and enter that code, and only that one number can use that code.
Yeah. If it recognizes that number has already been used, it'll tell you this has already been in use. That's it. It's only one per customer.
And then there's also the raffle route. Kind of like what Sony did. They had a raffle. Getting the pool of all the people who are subscribed to their PSN Plus subscription service. It's like, let's prioritize these people because these people are the people who have been funding us for the past couple of years. So there's several ways they can approach this and make it, and also give people freaking a date whenever the hell these things are going to go live.
Yeah, oh my god, yeah.
So
we should also, yeah, we should also add that whatever solutions people come up with, scalpers are going to find a way around it. So it's never going to really end. You know what I'm saying? Like, solutions will be found, and solutions will be found, and then these guys are going to find it. So it's always going to be a circle.
You're always going to have people scalping things. People are going to always be able to, as long as somebody else is able to, as long as you're able to buy multiples of something. Yeah, somebody will buy, knowing something is rare. I mean, remember at PlayStation 3 time, I remember you saying at one point, man, I should buy another PlayStation 3. Sell that off on eBay.
Go further back. Tickle me Elmo. Remember that kid?
I remember that shit. Yeah,
fighting at Toys R Us and shit for a damn Elmo.
So but the thing is, but at least making sure that if you're able to use an online service, you're at least people are able to get what they want.
Yeah.
This whole like literally just and then the other part of it, and this has nothing to do with the scalpers, essentially canceling orders from a lot of these sites. I mean, Carlos had to deal with that shit.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. Yo, by the way, quick shout out to Biggie Dan. Biggie Dan said, "Gotta tickle something."
Gotta tickle something. Did you hear about Amazon and FedEx supposedly stealing PS5s? So I saw that one video from some dude from England. Like this motherfucker stole his shit basically.
It's like a bag of rice in a box and stuff.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh yeah. Update, Tony. Amazon have cut ties with that driver.
Good.
oh,
Thank you. This is what we do on Throwdown, man. We give you the news here.
He was just not sending, or he was just taking the PS5s and then just not giving them anything. And then also there were other people who just like sending out the PS5 boxes, but then with like rice and cat food and stuff like that.
Jesus, man.
From Amazon, out of all places, like people were pissed.
Wow. Okay, that's good that they did that. 'Cause that's fucking crazy. You know.
It made BBC News like on TV. I was just sat there just one day, and then suddenly it's like, Amazon and PS5, and I was like, wait, what? Like this is news? Like, dear God, it must be bad.
Yeah, no, exactly. If the mainstream news gets that shit. Tonight we're gonna talk about the PS5 Scalper from Amazon. You know, that shit is crazy. Oh,
Yeah,
man.
I mean, that's a thing that's happened. That used to happen at FedEx with FedEx people. I mean, Adam has stories about that where the FedEx guys would take his packages and shit.
Oh, yeah. It was
That shit is
bad.
crazy.
It was bad for a long time. And the worst is for a long time, certain items would just get delivered in their original box. So whatever it is, if it's a TV, whatever, you would see it. It's clear as day. They can see what they're delivering and make that shit disappear. And then I put that in a box, cover it up.
Yeah, no, I'm laughing because to make it said, what were they replacing Xboxes with?
Oh no!
PS5s.
Who said that? They replaced with Bebop Bodo and Cafe Bustelo? Hey, I would rather take that than the Xbox, though.
If this was 3 months ago, I would have preferred toilet paper.
Oh, shit. Remember that shit, man? Literally remember that shit. Motherfuckers out there. I couldn't wipe my ass for 3 months.
Speaking about scalpers.
Yeah.
Speaking about scalpers, that shit had scalpers too.
Yeah, the toilet paper.
Scalpers from other countries doing that shit.
Yeah. You imagine some African dude like, I got toilet paper, like that's crazy, man.
Yeah, well,
buying them, I'm buying a $30 roll off this motherfucker from Nigeria right now.
A certain large Asian country was doing that.
Is it that Asian country? If you know what I'm talking about,
it's that specific Asian country that's caused all the problems that we have this year.
Well, we can't say nothing, otherwise we're gonna get thrown off of Twitch.
Don't worry, we got a movie. You guys hear about this? Kevin Nash, the wrestler, he's got a movie coming out called COVID-19 Invasion, where he plays a Navy SWAT leader, and they're killing bats that came from China.
Oh shit!
That's a legit. I saw the trailer. That's a movie that's coming out. Fucking great.
I was gonna say something, but I was gonna say something, but I can't. Adam, remind me. I will tell you off air because the image I just went into my head right now. Oh god. All right, I think we're done with that question, man. Let's move on. Next one, also from Mr. Black Metal Gamer. All right, what is the best game? Yeah, Black. What is the best game that came bundled with a console? A lot of people are talking about Astro's Playroom, but can it rival stuff like Wii Sports and Super Mario World? Super Mario World's a fucking goat of packing games, man.
Yeah, Super Mario World. Nothing tops that. I mean, the Wii Sport got a lot of casuals and definitely a lot of people, because we know from the numbers it didn't sell well. Like the games wise, the console sold, but then after that, the attach rate was very low. People just enjoyed playing the shit out the box, bowling and stuff.
Yeah, no, Super Mario World, you can't top. Eventually the Genesis, it got Sonic, right? That was a packing game. The Nintendo, it came with later on it would come with Super Mario Brothers and Duck Hunt, right? But yeah,
I mean, Sega had two packing games.
They did, originally it was Altered Beast. That was the first one, right?
Altered Beast.
That was the first one, and then later on, that's why I said later on it was Sonic. But yeah, no, Sonic Mario World is like the goatest of goats. Can't top that one. But Astrobot, I was going to tweet this today. I was going to say, I wish I could play Astrobot for the first time just to get that feeling again. It was like, yo, what the fuck is this controller doing? This is crazy right now.
I almost rage quit while playing that the other day, because you were like, "Oh, play it." I'm playing it, and there was this one part where with the windmill where you have to blow.
Mm-hmm.
It's not doing anything. It's because you have to unmute, because I had it with the
Oh,
mute button.
really?
Then that way it turns on because then the mic is on and then it detects when you blow
That
in.
makes sense.
What the fuck? I had to go online and look, and then it was like, oh, you gotta make sure you're unmuted. It doesn't tell you that in the picture. It just shows you blowing it. But no, you have to make sure it's unmuted.
Fucking got spit all over your PS4, your PS5 controller. Got that shit smelling like Sasson and shit.
Exactly.
Oh man! All right, I think Super Mario World it is. We can't really top that one. All right, next question.
I mean, to be honest, it's like that game. That game could hold you for like a year.
Yeah, it can.
How big that game?
Yeah, exactly, man. And it's still good till this day. Till this day, it is still good. You know. All right, people. Let's move
forget
on.
it also had Duck Hunt on the same cartridge.
No, I'm talking about Mario World, Super Mario World, Super Nintendo. Brett.
Oh, okay.
For the NES.
Yeah, that's the other. That's another good one.
I mean,
there.
the NES and the NES wasn't actually wasn't no slouch. They had Super Mario Brothers and Duck Hunt, and then they had Track and Field.
Yeah.
At one point with the Power Pad. Now that was a crazy one.
Oh, I remember I played the Power Pad for a little while. That was fun. The Track and Field and running.
Turbo Duo had Bomberman built in, and you got Lords of Thunder. I never liked Bomberman. Don't care for it.
I like Bomberman. Bomberman's fun. Yeah. Not $60 work fun. Fucking.
Remember when they tried to ban Bomberman after 9/11? Like
what?
Yeah, I'm not making that up.
Yeah, it's one of the.
They also tried to ban they also tried to ban the band Anthrax because of the name. You know.
Oh, that I for a long time.
Remember they were saying they're gonna
do the same shit.
Yeah, they were gonna rename themselves Basket Full of Puppies. Fucking thrash band from New York calling themselves that. Oh man. All right, let's move on here. Next question. To make it, they're both about the VGAs, man. So first one is
what's a VGA?
The video game awards. What are your video game award predictions? I know everyone has personal favorites, but what do you realistically think will take the various awards? I'm just gonna get this out there. I don't like making predictions, and I don't like really doing like predictions on opinions like this. That's all these awards are, just opinions. Like obviously we'll give you our predictions about hardware, you know, and all that other shit because we know what companies think and shit. We could realistically predict what they're gonna do. And Throwdown, to their own horn, has been right a lot of the times. But with this type of stuff, you know, it's so subjective, you know, and plus just being honest, I don't give a fuck. Like we're gonna do the live stream or whatever, but it's like so if you guys want to do predictions, you go ahead, but like I already said, I'm pretty sure it's either gonna be the fucking Animal Crossing or Last of Us 2 is gonna win Game of the Year. That's what I think it's gonna win.
That's what I was gonna say. It always comes down to it's fixed in a way because it's all about who's gonna participate, who's gonna give more content, you know, more reveals. Oh, you're gonna do more for us, then we'll do a little more for you. It's no video.
That's what I'm saying, man.
Yeah. So it's like it's not worth it. It's not worth it.
Well, it's always also one of the games in November. Like some game comes in at the very end of the year.
I hate
and
that.
like so that's gonna be Valhalla this time. So Valhalla's gonna take some shit. The Last of Us is gonna get a bunch of awards that are gonna be subjective to whether they deserve them or not. And everyone's just gonna go Ghost of Tsushima is gonna win some stuff. It's just a popularity contest, man.
It really is.
Yeah,
and here's the funny thing: Cyberpunk, because it's coming out in December, is not qualified for anything, not a single thing.
It's getting the Star Wars treatment. Remember?
Yeah. By the way, I tweeted about that because I've been playing Jedi Order and I'm fucking loving it. I'm like, technically, I could put, if I go by the standards of VGAs, I could put it as one of my top 10 games of the year. Technically, by their standards.
I saw that and I was like, shit, somebody just hacked into his fucking account.
No, it's fucking good. I mean, I'll quickly say, here's the thing. I was surprised. I was like, wait, why am I surprised? It's a highly cinematic action adventure game. That's made for me. I'm like, okay, that explains it all. That explains it all.
And it's made by a guy
Respawn. My boy Stig.
Games, so yeah.
My boy Stig.
Yeah, Stig made God of War 3.
Yeah.
And he was
I am a sucker for 3D Metroidvania games. That's why I love Control so much. Like, you give me a big map that's all interconnected with all these secrets, I'm fucking there. You know? It's great. Good stuff. But yeah, technically I can't put it in my top 10. I won't do it because my thing is everything that came out that year. So it's got to be from January to December. So in my thing, Cyberpunk would count. But I'm not going to play that this year anyway. I'm waiting to upgrade my PC for that. But yeah, like Brett said, it's all popularity contest. It's all a bunch of circle jerking, you know. And the only reason we do the live stream is because of you guys, to be honest. Like, personally in the panel, we don't give a fuck about any of this stuff because it doesn't matter. Everybody has their own personal game of the year anyway, you know.
To be honest,
Manny, go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, we said it before. It's sort of a circle jerk, and to be honest, it's a giant advertising fest, right?
Yeah, it is. Yep.
All that's every single time they bump off to a commercial. I mean, they literally have situations where they'll be like, "Hey, we're gonna give these guys awards." Oh, and they just so happen to have a new game that's coming out this next year.
Yeah, King's Quest. Remember that shit?
That King's Quest shit, and there was a couple other situations too where it's like, oh, hey, let's look at some video game footage of their newest game.
Yeah, it's dumb.
Live performance right after or before.
Like that's why Jeff Keighley's like, oh, I wonder if I'll ever be known than the Dorito guy. It's like, well, it's because what you do is kind of shilly. You literally slap a fucking commercial on everything. So when you start doing shit like that, all credibility goes out of the window. You don't see in the fucking Academy Awards, Francis Ford Coppola, walks out after he won the award for a movie he did, and he goes, "Oh, hey, by the way, I have this new one. Want to watch the trailer for it?"
Yeah.
That's the big difference.
And the reason they do that stuff is because they got to pay for this shit.
Exactly. Well, for the Academy Awards, what they do is they throw you like 40 minutes of commercials, but in between segments. But for the VGAs, it's literally you can't even tell what's the commercials and what's the actual thing because it's so ingrained in the show. They're literally showing you trailers for things that are coming soon. Then they're showing you commercials for stuff that's coming soon. Then they're showing, it's like
it's a trailer fest. That's it.
It's a trailer fest, and then it's literally advertising space. What the VGAs is advertising space with a game award show mixed in.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what that is.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's a giant commercial that sometimes gives out awards.
Yeah.
Tumeka says, "Shit, sorry I asked." Yo, by the way, Tumeka, I'll give you one of them. I think Ghost of Tsushima is gonna win Game of the Year.
Oh, really? Realistically?
Yeah, because I think it's a Sony game, especially Keighley and Sony.
Really? What about The Last of Us? That's a Sony game too.
Yeah, but The Last of Us has too much.
Don't we have that big reveal coming during this?
That's Adam. You're jumping ahead, bro. That's the second part of the question.
I'm just saying it's all connected because I thought that's why it would win an award because of that. They're doing a big reveal. Remember, like you said, if you give us something, we give you something.
I have a feeling that Sony's going to showcase either Horizon or what's it called, Ratchet and Clank in the show.
Yeah. All right. I guess we're moving on to the second part of the question. What announcements do you expect?
I just thought
it was all connected because it's just the give and take type of thing. It's like, oh, we're gonna give you a world premiere and exclusive. Okay, then you're gonna win a fucking award. Here you go, buddy.
Jeff Keighley set the standard last year. He announced the fucking console. So even if it's not as good as announcing a console, which it's probably not going to be, announcing a game is something that's realistic. And I think, like I mentioned earlier, one of those PlayStation exclusive games is probably like one of the best bets to be announced or at least shown. Like I mentioned, Ratchet and Clank and Horizon are the top two. I don't think God of War is going to get shown there. Maybe, but I don't think so.
I agree about Ratchet and Clank, just because of the fact that it's probably going to be coming out in February. By the way, I remember I'm still on record for saying that the game's going to be coming out probably the last week of February. That's what, basically like Infamous Second Son. That's what I'm basing it off of. Came out within the launch window of PS4 in late February. So that's what I think is going to happen with Ratchet and Clank. So we shall see. I agree with that. We're probably going to see something for Horizon Forbidden West, some more footage. That'll be dope. I expect that. By the way, we're doing what we realistically think. I don't want, again, I don't like all that. Oh, what I want a Metal Gear Solid remake. Like that's not going to happen, guys.
Yeah.
Come on. Let's keep it honest here. By the way, I am
VGAs?
At the VGAs. But even in general, but we're not going to get into that. I'm just addressing these rumors that have been flying around all day today. Anyway,
more Metal Gear remaster rumors happening again.
All day on Twitter was that all fucking day. That and Silent Hills. Ooh, tell me if you heard that song before.
Who said this? Where does this fucking come from?
You're gonna love this, and please excuse the irony here. For the people watching us on YouTube, a YouTuber said it.
Oh, come on. Number one. Nobody ever. Whenever these little things come out like this, nobody ever asks the validity of this person.
Oh, he's on YouTube. It must be true.
It's somebody. It's somebody who just decided to say something to get some fucking views.
Yeah, I think because he quote unquote correctly guessed God of War was coming in 2018. People are like, oh, he had that right. He must be right all the time. Come on, bro.
No, number one. Here's the thing. Like we've guessed a bunch of shit, a bunch of shit too, just based on the information. A lot of that's not rocket science, but that right there, all that is just like dust.
Yeah, Brooklyn Bear says my uncle works at Konami YouTuber. That's what he says. My uncle told me that shit, man. We're having Thanksgiving dinner, No. He was pouring the gravy. Sonny, we're working on this Metal Gear Solid remake. Blue Point's making it.
Konami contacts you.
Yeah. By the way, it is Blue. Apparently, because somebody found a sound file. Or what? Not a sound file. There was a sound that happens in Demon Souls, and people are saying, "Oh, that you hear that when Otacon shows up, or some fucking Liquid Snake." It was Liquid Snake. I'm like, yo, you guys are jumping through fucking like hoops right now. You crazy?
No, I mean, to be honest, like a lot of games use the same sound effects. It's
Yeah.
the sound effect
movies all the time. Same scream, same woman screaming.
That Faye Ray scream, as I called it.
There's a Faye Ray string, even the little drum music, a little bit of that music from Metal Gear Solid 3, that little that's a sample that's been used 1,000 times too. So come on, guys.
Yeah, but anyway, so announcements. So what else? There was I completely slipped my mind right now.
I mentioned something about Starfield.
Oh yeah, you think so? We'll see about that.
Not Star Citizen.
Not Star Citizen.
Sorry.
Oh
Star
shit!
Citizen.
Yeah, I see Chris jumping into the show notes. So he'll probably be here soon. Damn it! I was gonna say something that I think it's actually gonna happen. Totally. Oh, actually, no question. Carlos.
Excuse me?
Yeah, Carlos, specifically to you, sir.
Oh, is this a bet?
No, it's not a bet. Just a question.
Okay.
You think we'll see Halo Infinite announced?
No. Well, it's already been announced.
Well, actually, it's already been announced.
Actually, no. Here's my question: will we see Craig though?
Oh,
now they got to live up to it.
I don't think so, man. I think this is an E3 time reveal thing, or not reveal, re-showing or retelling or whatever the hell they're Halo Infinite is gonna be.
Yo, Carlos, remember the E3 committee? The E3 committee.
The E3 committee.
Oh man, we gotta bring that shit back. That was the Warzone, man.
DB.
Yeah, was that DB? I think it was DB. Yeah.
Yeah, he was like, "Yo, man, I gotta go. I'm gonna hang out with a." He made a video. He's like outside of the E3. He's like, I'm hanging out with the E3 committee.
The E3 committee, and motherfuckers thought that was real.
Torrance never let that shit go. Yeah. He probably still talking.
The E3 committee. I remember when I first joined that stream and playing, yo, Torrance, how do I join the fucking E3 committee? Oh my God. Anyway, VGAs, watch our live stream of it, in 2 weeks. About 2 weeks, and you'll see it all live, and watch us just dunk on the show for 3 hours because the show's 3 hours long because like an hour and a half of it is fucking commercials,
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say this, even though I don't enjoy, I don't enjoy watching the VJs. I do enjoy watching the VJs with all the guys in here.
Yes, that is.
We just dunking on it, just poking fun at whatever. It makes it even. Yeah. MS3CK, doing this stuff. Yeah. That makes it fun.
I do expect Microsoft to show off some games that are coming.
Gotta show something.
They have to. With all the
studios
they have.
38 minutes in.
They gotta show me something.
Last time they showed it was Sacrifice, so,
That's what I'm saying. There's got to be two. And they have to be close within that window. None of this bullshit of wait till the summer. No. Now. I want to know within the next 2-3 months. This shit's
now.
Are they going to have Keanu?
Give me that.
I wonder if Keanu Reeves is going to show up and tell people they're beautiful again,
Yeah.
Breathtaking, right? No, but I wonder if he's going to show up for VGAs, because VGAs is coming out. Hold on, let me get the timing right here.
That game will be out already.
It comes out the same day.
Oh, December 10th?
December 10th.
World premiere.
World premiere.
Are you
Xbox and Windows 10 exclusive.
Would like to announce.
Why am I sounding like the trailers guy? In a world where Microsoft ruled the world, they told Ubisoft to downgrade the PlayStation 5 version of Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Now, fanboys all across Twitter band together to fight the evil that is Microsoft in this. Oh man, I'm fucking up right now. In this summer's hottest feature, Fanboy Wars.
Got a better one. It was like,
because you gotta have that every. Fucking crazy.
Cyberpunk for your next gen consoles? No, because they're not patched. Go PC. Because it's true. Those aren't getting patched until what they said mid 2021.
Premiering only in theaters, starring Phil Spencer, Shuhei Yoshida, Hideo Kojima, and Aaron Greenberg.
Phil Spencer as Major Nelson.
As Major Nelson.
And don't forget,
and guest starring the one, the only, Todd Howard. Oh man. All right, let me stop the bullshit. Moving on to the next question from Brooklyn Bear, Mr. Jose Polanco. Man, thank you for, as always, for our intro, son. All right. Why am I doing the macho man? Oh, yeah. All right.
I mean, you're dropping a promo, son.
Yeah. Jose Polanco brings you the Throwdown intro only on Twitch TV. All right. His question is, when does an unpopular opinion become popular? Example, Breath of the Wild is always on websites' list for being overrated. Now, this is news to me. I thought everybody universally loved this fucking game. It's the greatest game of all time. It was getting women pregnant and shit. Like, I didn't hear, like, aside from me, I didn't hear of anybody else saying this game is overrated. So, like, what sites are you talking about, too, sir? Oh, yeah, Carlos, you're right, man. Latinos, man. No, but I mean, it is an interesting question. Like, what other examples do we have of something, or quote unquote unpopular opinions actually become like the actual opinion or the popular one? Like, I can't really think of any off the top of my head.
The sequels suck. Now they're starting to look better, but that's not video games.
Yeah,
I don't know.
But yeah, I don't know. Video games, like, what game was like loved or hated, and then there was a complete reversal?
How about the Division was good?
Don't say that to Adam. Don't say that to Adam.
People still love it. They're still there. That's why they keep releasing content. There's still a community. I still jump into their live streams every Tuesday and Wednesday when they do those.
Oh, hold on. Brooklyn Bear, those comment sections, do those count, bro? I don't know about that. I don't comment, like, because he says IGN, GameSpot, and DualShockers list tweets, comment sections. I don't know about that. Every game has haters, man.
I mean,
everything. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Just a quick. I think Destiny is one of those games where people change their mind through time. It was. I mean, initially it was crazy loved. It was.
Yeah.
It was a game to play. It was a game that everyone was talking about, and then just suddenly, like, time wasn't good for that game. I think most people don't really think of it as they did before. So I don't know if it's critically panned like it used to, but it's I think it's one of those games that was universally loved, and it's more kind of divisive now than it was.
I got one too.
All right, Adam first. Yeah, Adam first.
Red Dead Redemption 2. Redemption 2, because that one, man, everybody was hyped. I loved it, and then when that online launched, it was like, this is kind of whack.
But no one loved the online, though.
Yeah, no one loved the
online when it came out.
People still love the single player,
There was still a lot of high expectations because what they did with GTA Online. We're like, don't worry, it's gonna take time, because it took almost over a year, in fact, for GTA Online to really find its footing and to establish itself. So everybody gave it the benefit of the doubt, but now it's like, it's not even worth it. I don't know if you saw, they recently posted that it underperformed. Yeah,
so, they're separating them, right? Like, the online is going to be its own thing now.
Going to split it.
Yeah.
Oh, right. I could see that. You know what makes perfect sense for next gen.
To be honest, the Wild West setting isn't really good for online, like GTA style online. Like, you can't have fucking horses with rocket launchers and shit. It was doomed to fail, to be honest.
Well, I mean, wasn't the old online a little bit more smaller?
It was smaller, yeah.
I feel like that was.
But even that died down eventually too. You know.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I don't think that the Red Dead Online would have. They really probably should have spent so much time with it. It should have just been something light. Just if they really wanted to put it there instead of trying to replicate a Cowboys and Indians version of whatever GTA Online was.
Yeah. Well, we're getting some answers in the chat. Actually, no, Brett, your answer. What's yours?
Mass Effect.
Oh, shit. Okay, so what was the unpopular opinion was that Mass Effect suck, and now that's the prevailing opinion?
Yep, pretty much.
Damn. Andromeda is all thanks to Andromeda. And the ending of Mass Effect 3.
A new remaster of something coming?
Yeah, the remaster's coming of like 2 3/8 of a game people like. Yeah, I don't know math. You know what I'm saying? People like 90% of 3 and they fucked up the ending. Even though they fixed the ending later with the DLC.
So doesn't that mean that the ending it's going to be the ending that they did in the DLC?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's going to have everything.
That would be hilarious. That would be hilarious if it wasn't. If it was just the same old ending. The original ending. Everybody like, what the fuck?
Yeah, no, that's a new one. Hold on. Who the fuck is asking me this shit? Nova and Sonic. What's the best way of getting contact with me? Hit me up on Twitter, man. That's the best way of getting contact with me. Ramu Death, man. There you go. That's how you get in contact with me. No unsolicited bullshit, though, man. Motherfuckers trying to send me a dick pic or something.
No, they want to know.
We'll talk publicly, bro.
PS4, PS5 consoles.
Hey, there's Mr. Seeley, man.
Hey, what's up?
What's going on, dude? All right. Actually, you're here in time for us to move on to the next question. All right. Mob Hits. Interesting question. He goes, we had Spider-Man and Miles Morales swinging through New York City. Where would you guys like the setting to be in the next Spider-Man game? Here's the thing, right? Spider-Man is a New York-based superhero, right? Can't have him going around fucking Chicago or LA. But what they can do with the sequel is expand it, right? You have Queens, you got Brooklyn, you got the Bronx. That's what they should do in the sequel, Yeah. Like all of New York.
All five boroughs.
Even Staten Island. Throw that shit in there.
We have not had one Spider-Man game that actually takes place in fucking Queens.
Yeah.
Come on.
And this way you can go visit. I was about to. Can't say that. I can't say that.
And we've only had one game actually cover the 5 boroughs, and now is the GTA.
Yeah.
With GTA 4 with Liberty City,
that's the only one. Yeah.
And that
was the only one. After that, everything's closed off. With Vision, you start off in Brooklyn, but it's a small part. You never go back.
Yep.
Yeah, so that's what they can do. Because, again, Spider-Man in another city doesn't work for that character. He's a New York-based superhero. So just give all of New York, That'll be good. So that's what they should do.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Yep, that's it. No need to go deep into that one. All right, moving on to the next question. Hold on, did I even have it right? No, hold on. Give me a sec here. See here. What's going on in the chat right now? People are talking about dick pics. I should watch what I say on this fucking show, man.
Maybe you should.
Are you sharing pictures on?
Yeah, no, but what's his face? Agent Rusher. He says, I have a dick pic. It's literally a guitar pick with the word "dick" written on it. Like, okay, hey, there you go. That's wholesome. All right, moving on. Mob Hit. Second question: did Sony just dethrone Nintendo for creating the most innovative controller with the DualSense? He's talking about that. Yeah, they did. Although you got to give the Wii remote some props, man, because that controller, motherfuckers, especially Sony, ripped it off, But yeah, DualSense is on another level, man. Another level. The Joy-Cons are bullshit, I don't feel any ice in those motherfuckers,
No. You don't feel ice. You don't feel cold.
Yeah, no. Remember, like, oh, you could feel the ice inside the Joy-Cons, or some bullshit,
You feel this haptic feedback. That shit's in your face. You feel instantly like, oh, I'm still loving playing Borderlands. Played it another 4 hours last night. Love it.
But yeah, no. I'm being fair to the Wii mode, even though I think it was bullshit. That it revolutionized that generation basically. Like, it took over, and even the PlayStation eventually had like movements and shit. So everybody just went on board. But yeah, the DualSense, whole other level.
for Brett and for Carlos, and do you feel anything different in the Series X controller?
No.
It's a little ergonomically tuned.
Yeah, I have it too, Adam.
Smaller.
By the way, yeah, it's a little smaller. Yeah, it has more grips in the back and stuff. I also noticed there's like little bumps on the triggers, which is really nice. But it's just a better. It's just a better version of what we had before. DualSense, whole other level. You know.
I will say though, it's more comfortable. It's out of any of the controllers I have, it's the most comfortable.
Yeah, it's really good. It's really good. All right, no need to go deeper into that question either. All right, moving on. Oh, man, this is going to be interesting. I hope you guys read about this one. Okay, this is from Barnaby Juan over there from the Dominican Republic. All right. What do you think of Sony banning users who exploited a PS collection loophole? Okay, I'll explain to you guys in a bit. Since you need to be a real PlayStation Plus subscriber in order to have the PS collection, wouldn't it be counterproductive if those bans exceeded a certain amount of subscribers? All right, so this is what happened, right? This is going on for we even answered a question about this like a couple weeks ago. So basically, some like PlayStation users, they found there was like a loophole where they could actually sell or something along those lines. Like
sign into another account.
Yeah, Adam, you explain it. I think you know it better than I do. Go ahead.
Sign into another account, and then it gives you that PlayStation Plus. And even when you sign out, it for some reason stays attached to that PlayStation. So those games are still unlocked. The Plus, which is all those God of War and Until Dawn and the Last of Us remake. It's that long list of games. For some reason, there's a glitch that lets that stay on the system. So it's like the system just recognizes it regardless of the profile once it's initially activated on that system. So people were going on eBay and charging like $5 or whatever. It's like, hey, let me log into your PlayStation. I'll activate this and then change it and let you log back in. But that way you have it. And that's what they were doing. So then Sony just went and started banning all the people that bought that shit and then all the people that were sharing it because they can do the trail and see who links where because of obviously you're logging in with your account. So a lot of people were getting banned, but it didn't happen that long. It was only like a day or two, and they caught up on it. But yeah, it was a weird glitch. Never seen anything like that.
Yeah, because these guys were like selling, like what was it? They were selling accounts or some shit like that.
They were selling logins. Yeah, they would just, but it was just, it wasn't so much keeping in. It's just you just had to log in with your account. If you went to someone else's house, you signed into it, right? You downloaded that, you verified that you had the Plus, you did the whole activation, then you signed out. But there was another profile there. That other profile now has access to the PlayStation Plus of all that stuff. That was going on. So these people were saying, hey, let me get access to your account and your PlayStation. You pay me $10, whatever, through PayPal, and then I'll just create this profile so that way I log in, and then you can get all these games. And that's what people were doing because it was a glitch. You didn't have to be under your account. It was just carrying over.
Yeah, this is the thing that Juan was asking me a couple weeks ago when this was going on. I told him, stay the fuck away. Don't do it. You know, don't do it. And now the guys who are participating in it are getting banned. So yeah, the question is it okay for Sony to do that? Yeah, perfectly within their rights to do that shit. You know,
this is how you make a stance. If they just did nothing, then it was like, oh well, whatever. But now when they hear this, if another exploit comes up, people think twice about doing it.
Yeah. So that's good. Yeah, ban those guys. Fuck that. I think they're locking consoles like the PlayStation 5. You can't access it. PlayStation 4 would get locked away for a couple months or some shit like that. So yeah, they got serious about it. You know. So there you go, Chris. What's your take on that, man? Because I think you and I talked about it for a little bit. What's your take on that?
Yeah, I think you absolutely have to take that kind of punitive measure if people are doing that. Otherwise, people will exploit that shit to the nth degree. Imagine like 2 days in or 3 days in, how many people would be just signing up to PS Plus and then kind of selling out their accounts multiple times to people to flip a profit. Like that's insane. So not only does Sony lose out on that residual income, but if they don't track it, then they'll lose track of people who now have access to PS Plus that shouldn't have it, and they will start taking advantage of the monthly free games and the sales and all that stuff. So you lose potentially millions of dollars in residual income. So you have to stop that shit. And I think they took the right action to stop it so that people go, oh, okay, they're serious. So I'm not even going to try it. And the guys that did it, well, it's like should have known better.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah, and just to be clear, they're not banning. No, just real quick, they're not banning the people who did it. I think it's just the guys who sold it, right?
They're banning the people that sold it and the people that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh well, everybody
Both
gets it then. You know.
Everybody gets it.
Oh
Because
well.
they can track it.
Should have known better. You know, should have known better.
Your account, so they're tracking it.
Yeah.
They can see it. If you have multiple accounts. If you're on my inbox and Manny's and Chris's, you're getting it, and we're all getting it.
Yeah. Go ahead, May.
See, Joey. That's why we say stay away from that shit.
Yeah, Juan. Yeah, stay away from that shit,
get
bro.
Random messages from people on sending you text messages on your PlayStation. Hey, you could win this or not. Don't believe that shit.
By the way, I got 2 of those messages. Right, motherfuckers had no trophies, blocked and reported both of them. Fuck that shit. You know, Brian, what were you gonna say, bro?
I was wondering. Okay, let's say that you're the person that does not have a PS5 and you want these games. Do you have to have PSN Plus prior to getting it activated, or could you do it without having PSN Plus?
It's a good question. I honestly don't know.
I don't know.
I honestly don't know.
Because my thing is, if you're already paying for PSN Plus and then you simply do this glitch, then to me that's Sony's fault, and Sony should not ban you, because at the same time you are paying for the subscription, and that subscription gets you access to those games. So it's a bit weird how you have person A on a PS4 who has the sub, and person B on a PS5 who has the same sub, but yet one of them has access to PS4 games that the other one does not have access to.
Yeah,
I find that to be really bullshit.
I think it's that if you don't have PS Plus, then you have it. You have all access.
Apparently, they said you do need PS Plus for this.
Okay, yeah,
but then you already have
bullshit.
it.
Because then you're paying for a service, and then Sony's not giving you access to games that you can play on your platform as it is. So I think that's a bunch of bullshit.
But if you're doing this workaround to get games you shouldn't be getting, you know what I'm saying?
But then it's games that are accessible through the subscription that you already pay for.
Are those games streaming?
I don't know.
No,
because when I looked at
they're the PlayStation version, the PlayStation 4 versions of those games.
Because it says on mine, when I look through those lists, everything's installed, and I know I don't have all those games. And it's like, oh, installed. That's what it says on mine. So I'm like, what do you mean installed? I haven't played
it probably installs a portion of it. Once you click it, it'll probably do it all.
Clicked it.
Do it all.
In fact, I'll try it right now.
Yeah.
Let me try right now.
Yeah, and it's PlayStation 4. This is for PlayStation 4 owners. That's what I'm seeing in the chat here.
It's not. They're PlayStation 4 games on your 5.
Yeah, gotcha.
But it's only available to people who have a 5. So the workaround here allows a PlayStation 4 person to probably
the PlayStation 4 person gets to play all these games.
But you know what's interesting about it? Like when I went to the PS Plus collection on mine, I had most of those games purchased because they came at one time or another for free in the monthly thing. So with the exception of like 3, I had all of them. It said, "Oh, you purchased all these," except for like 3 games which I didn't care about.
Yeah.
So I mean, everyone had the opportunity to get this. Like I can understand if I just got PS Plus like 5 months ago with a Pro, and I can understand like, okay, that guy wouldn't have the opportunity to do it. You get in a sale, but I mean, this is one of the things that Sony was trying to do to incentivize 5 owners, and I mean, even though I can see Brian's point, it's like, but these are PS4 games, so why can't PS4 people access it? But if you're just collecting as an incentive for 5 users, then I can see why they're being so aggressive with stopping it. I mean, you could say maybe it's overboard. I would say the guys who are selling it should stop. Like, you should stop those guys. You shouldn't a broad brush like ban the buyers. Maybe pull the games back if you want. But I think banning them is maybe excessive for the buyers.
Yeah, ban the guys that are doing it though. You know.
I know on Microsoft end, what they would do is they would ban the boxes themselves because of certain things that I did in the past. They didn't close my entire account. They just banned my console, so I would need another.
Yeah, they're doing that too. They're banning your console.
Yeah, so the console could never go online.
Seriously?
Yeah.
That is an extreme measure. I didn't realize they were just blocking your consoles.
That's why I think that it's just like really weird. It's like it's a thing that because again, my understanding when they first talked about it was like, okay, so this bunch of games is available to everyone who has a PlayStation 4 or PlayStation 5 because it's part of PSN Plus.
Only
Fine,
5.
that makes sense. And then I found out that it is only on 5. So I'm like, okay, like I can understand the idea of it. It's like, okay, you can get people that have a 5 to play these older games. That's fine. But at the same time, there's not enough PS5s in the wild anyway. So hence, what's the point? You're essentially just saying like, hey, this is thing that's only available to like these like 0.0005% of people because they were able to get a PS5 in time. You guys, you plebs with the PS4, you get nothing, even though that you pay the same sub as these guys do. So it's like, why is it that PS4 people are again screwed over for this? It just makes no sense to me.
Because Sony's a dick.
Wait, how are they getting screwed over? I'm confused. This is for PS5. Games. This is for PS5 people.
Yeah, here's the thing, Tony. It's for a limited time.
Okay.
The PlayStation is hard to get, and they're going to have limited supplies. So if you were one of the unlucky people that wasn't able to secure your PlayStation 5, by the time you actually get it in the spring or whenever, this promotion will be over.
I don't even see it now.
Okay, that's too bad, isn't it?
It is too bad, but it's Sony's fucking fault. Like, and see the thing, this was all fucking orchestrated. That's the thing. Sony wanted to go out on stage and they're like, look, as a good grace to gamers, we're gonna do this. And then they're like, oh yeah, I mean it's only for PlayStation 5 users and you have to be part of PS Plus and yeah. So like the exclusions, blackout dates, things like that. It was just for the big moment of acting like, like, oh, you get this big amount of games because everybody says that. Even people who don't have PlayStation are like, oh, when you buy the PlayStation, you get like 12 games free. No, you don't. Nobody said that. And it really depends on when you buy it. Okay. It's saying that they're going to do a lot and then doing the bare minimum to fulfill what they were doing. And then when people were trying to find a workaround, like that's an extreme banning number one, or an extreme measure number one. But why the fuck weren't PlayStation? Like I agree with Brian. Like PlayStation 4 users should have been included in this from the get-go. But again, Sony's not trying to do that. They're not trying to be good to their customers. And that's the thing that's pissing me off. It's been pissing me off, man.
Yeah. By the way, by the way, just real quick, I love whenever Brett goes on these rants because the chat lights up like, "Oh, here we go again! Here we go again!" Brett's hating on Sony.
I don't get why that is being considered a dick.
I don't understand it either. To be honest, I'm like, hey, listen, if you got a PS5, you get these games. If you don't have a PS4, then you don't get them. It's simple as that. You know.
Here's the thing: you guys are nihilists when it comes to business. You think that everything comes down to just bottom dollar, who's making the most money, cutthroat savagery, 80s business. Not everything is fucking run like that. Okay? That is considered aggressive and cutthroat, which are not good.
I don't understand what's aggressive or cutthroat about this. I really don't.
Number one, it's an incentive. Okay. It's more of an incentive than being cutthroat. If it was
an incentive to buy something that you can't get,
yeah, you guys are.
That's a big problem.
What do you mean buying something that you can't get?
You can't get a PS5.
That's not Sony's fault, though. Come on.
It is Sony's fault.
So Sony should just magically have 20 million consoles available to everybody.
Number one. A lot of these games are already available on PlayStation Plus. So you say they're a dick for locking down that they were on PlayStation Plus previously on PlayStation 4?
No, me and Brian have been very clear.
Hold on, Manny, let Brett explain. Go ahead, Brett.
The promotion that they're promising you is designed so that you can't claim it. That 90% of PlayStation users who buy a PS5 aren't going to be able to partake in this. And it was designed that way by having the 3-month fucking limit on it.
Wait, hold on, because I'm not understanding any of this. Hold on, so you're telling me they're blocking 90% of the people who buy a PS5 from this? How?
Because how many of the total PS5s that are going to be in the wild?
No,
do
Brett,
you think there are right now?
If you own a PS5, you're locked out of this. If you have a physical PS5 in your house,
trying to get one.
Yeah, that's not Sony's fault, though.
How is that? Whose fault is it then?
Nobody's fault. It can't be helped. You can't produce enough systems at launch, bro.
Should Sony be accommodating it then? Since they can't get enough PlayStations out of the wild, I don't know. Make this deal a forever thing. So anybody who gets a PlayStation,
you can't do forever. How about this? Let's meet halfway. Extend it to 6 months. There you go. Because the whole point of this is to get people to buy PlayStations. Now, granted, you can't get a PlayStation; very difficult. So I'll meet you there. Let's give them 6 months, but you have to have
keep them on shelves.
You have to have a stop time at this because the whole reason you do this. Yeah,
I get that. You but extend them until you can actually get the supply out there, man.
Yeah, that's fair enough. I could do that, but like you can't just be like, oh, we're gonna have this in perpetuity. You can't do that. That's crazy talk.
No,
you know.
But you're acting like this is an accident.
I'm not saying, but you're acting like it's deliberate. I don't think it's deliberate at all. That's crazy. That's conspiracy shit right there. You know.
And also, it's like there's no expiration date for PlayStation's collection.
None? I swear that.
Okay, well, so we were basing off an assumption that they were limited. Anyway, Chris, go on, bro.
I'll put it in the article here. It says no expiration.
When they announced it, I swore that they said it was. Go ahead.
I was gonna say this is an old business tactic to when you want to kickstart sales, you'll give an incentive that's either a limited time or a limited amount, right? Like and you know, Manny knows this. Like sometimes it's like the first 100 issues of this book has a special cover, or you know, and if you don't buy it right away, you don't get the cover. You get the B cover, right? You don't get the nice foil, gold, silver, or whatever. This has been done forever, you know. So to say it's not a nihilistic tactic, because if you're going to call that out, then Nintendo is guilty of this in perpetuity.
Mario All Stars, right?
Mario All Stars, all the artificial scarcity, they have done tactics that you wouldn't believe if you go back in history. You know, making Namco take Splatterhouse off the Genesis, like this. It's just countless things they've done. Strong arming Toys R Us not to carry certain things, so they're at the front of the line. Like this back in the 80s.
I thought we agreed that Nintendo was a dick.
Right, but you can't say, well, so.
You keep sucking it though.
Shit.
I'm not saying I'm not gonna get a PlayStation. I'm just gonna be busy about it.
Yeah, it's okay when Nintendo does it, but you know, PlayStation's the big evil overlord now.
No, it's not. Okay.
They're all evil overlords. That's the problem.
No, Nintendo is the worst. We've all just kind of like that part goes without discussion. If we're just gonna have to say that, like, we're gonna be talking about how awful Nintendo is a fucking lot. They're the worst when it comes to that shit.
Here, I'll post another one. I found 3 different sources. They're all saying there is no expiration.
Right. There's no expiration date, so let's get that clear. You know.
Okay.
As long as you're.
Go ahead. Yeah, Brett. What do you say to that? There's no expiration date.
If there's no expiration date, then I'm mostly cool with that. I still think you should give a chance for PlayStation 4 users, but yeah, if there's no expiration date, that was my big beef. I'm trying to figure out where I read that now.
I would say
probably some Xbot told you.
That shit's going away quick. Gotta go.
It was one of those Twitter assholes, Brett.
People.
Yeah.
I would only say I agree with, like, they needed to stop this from running rampant, right? But they may have gone overboard. I think banning the buyers or their systems is overreach. I think banning the sellers is perfectly legitimate. I think if you sell that shit and you were hoping to make a profit, 20, 30 people flipping, $60 a sign-in or something, that, it's like racketeering right there. So, of course, you have to stop it. But they may have been too harsh, right? I think banning the sellers, I think that was overreach. That's what I'll say.
Buyers.
No, the buyers, yes.
Chris.
Banning the sellers.
Whoa. Yeah. It's available till January 4th, 2021.
They said there's no expiration date, though. And then when I went into the store, and I went into that section, and usually it has a date for all the games, there's no date next to them. But there is for the other sections, but not for the PlayStation collection. Because I have a bunch in there that I saw, and it said, ready to download, install. And usually they have a date. There's no date.
I see January 4th. Let me see if something else corroborates
this one I just sent was from The Verge, trying to explain, because it says there's a lot of misinformation. It says here's everything you need to know about the PlayStation Plus collection on the PS5 and how it works.
Yeah.
All right. Go ahead, Chris, and then we'll move on to the next question.
Right. I think it's as you said. So I agree, but I mean, I can understand Brian's point somewhat, but like they have this launch for both systems. Like at least Sony had a little more stuff, but they needed to sweeten the deal, right? And every company does that when they're launching something. It doesn't matter what it is. It doesn't have to be an electronic product or anything. They want to sweeten the deal with an incentive. This is an incentive. So I can understand why they were keeping it exclusive to PS5. I can understand with PS4 people who were late to the party or people who can't get a PS5 now feel slighted. But as Adam said, even if you get your PS5 in the spring, this will be there. So they don't have to worry. So I can understand late adopters who are like, hey, well, I wanted those games. Well, they were available at some point. I somehow had 90% of the collection before I even got the PS5.
Yeah, same here. That's what I saw. You know what? Because I have my 4 terabyte connected, and it said a bunch of them sold. And you're right. That's how I got them. Because I was like, I didn't get it through this collection, but I got it because it was on Plus for a while. Yeah, that's it. Okay, that explains why I have all these.
So they were there, and I guarantee there'll be the opportunity for PS4 people to get them later. They're just incentivizing now for PS5 people. That's not to say later on they're gonna probably put them open the PS collection to PS4 people once they have a certain adoption rate. They'll be like, okay, just go open it up. Who cares, right? There won't be an incentive anymore because all their Keystone titles for spring and summer next year will have launched. So they'll be relying on exclusives for next gen to push the system forward, and they won't need this. And then they kick it back to PS4. I guarantee that's what's going to happen.
You heard it here first on Throwdown. But you know what the thing is? All this is going to be moot when the remastering engine shows up, you know? It won't matter anymore. All right, man, let's move on. Next up, we got Assyrian Air Force. What's going on, man? Okay, both PlayStation 5 and Xbox are similar, but Sony went for speed and Xbox went after power. What does this mean for consumers? Interesting question.
Blast processing.
Yeah, blast processing. Again, go ahead, Manny.
What does it mean for consumers? I don't know. Just choose your poison. That's pretty much it.
The thing is, here's the thing. You could a week ago or 2 weeks ago, you could have said, if you want third-party games to look better on, to look the best, get an Xbox. If you want them to run faster, get a PS5. Can't even say that because Xbox games don't even look that much better than PS5. They don't look better at all. They look the same. You know.
Something's going on there. Does anybody know what the when they were waiting for the chipsets to come in at the last minute and that pushed them back? Does anybody know what the chips did? And what the technology they were waiting on was?
No, it was development kits. They were using old development kits.
No, I know that. The reason they were using old development kits is because Microsoft was apparently waiting on a specific chipset to actually come
AMD.
to market.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
that literally was technology that had they were waiting for the technology to finish being made, and they put it out there. It's not necessarily out in the wild amongst PC users. And I'm trying to figure out, does anybody know? Kind of look at you, Brian, what the difference is, what this is it just a custom chipset? What's new and special about it?
My guess is
yes, Brian. Yeah, go ahead, Brian.
Okay, Brett, are you talking about the console chipsets or the new Ryzen CPUs?
The console chipsets. All I know is that Xbox, the reason they were pushed back with their dev kits is because they were waiting for this new chipsets. They may have been Ryzen based chipsets. I don't know. That's what I'm asking is the chips that made Microsoft run late and get all these development kits out late. What is it? And because it also seems like developers are having problems dealing with it or working with it.
I have no idea because as far as I know, in terms of the CPU on both of them, they're both the exact same. In terms of architecture, they're both. I think the Zen 2 chips, which is, I think, the Ryzen 3000, if I'm not mistaken. So they're both chipsets that are, they're both the same CPU. So I don't see anything different there. So I'm not too sure, Brett, what Microsoft were waiting on.
The chat says RDNA 2 GPU tech maybe. By the way, has this whole chip set thing been confirmed by Microsoft? Because I've just been hearing it from fanboys. I'm like, this kind of sounds like secret sauce, guys. This sounds like an excuse right now. You know?
That's why I'm asking if we have any actual
information. No, we don't. We don't. We just have hearsay. You know, there have been some professionals like John from Digital Foundry. That's what he believes happened. But I'm like, this isn't from Microsoft itself. You know, so we don't know what the hell's going on. But again, this goes back to what I was saying when Brett, specifically you and Brian were saying, look at the specs. The Xbox is going to produce better looking games, and I said, don't trust those fucking numbers. We're gonna have to actually see what happens. Now we're seeing that those numbers don't mean shit. You know, so
yeah. Except for that's exactly what happened with the cell chip architecture with the PlayStation. So
yeah, but we're talking about now PlayStation 5, not PS3. You know?
Yeah, well, no, that's what I'm saying. If you look at history. What it says is the thing with the more powerful specs that is harder to develop is going to be rougher at first, but will age better.
Yeah, no, yeah, I'll give you that.
More appeal towards the tail end of the generation.
But here's my thing. Hold on, just real quick. The Xbox doesn't have anything magical inside of it. It's shit that's already out there, so developers don't have to learn anything new. Unless I'm wrong here, I'm like, it's the same shit. It's the same shit they've been using. Yeah.
Developers have been having problems. That's where the question comes. What problems are developers having if it's the same architecture? Like, why are they having these issues?
Well,
it's not just one company. And, you know, they've been saying, like, I've heard more than multiple times that for some reason the Xbox is hard. It's tough to develop for. And maybe they got the dev kits out.
Who has said that? Because I haven't heard. I'm sorry to cut you off. I haven't heard any developers say this. All I've seen is just the results. People are just going, "Oh, it must be harder to develop for because the results are this and that." But I haven't heard. Unless Tony, I'm wrong. No, listen. Again, I could be wrong, but I'm like, I haven't heard a single developer go, "This shit is hard to develop for." I haven't heard that yet.
Okay. Let's just go.
In fact, we've heard situations where places like Capcom were saying it was difficult to design for the PlayStation 5.
Yeah. Anyway, Brett, go ahead, bro. That. Yeah, go ahead, Brett.
Why is it that if Xbox has more power, are PlayStation games looking more polished? Like
who the fuck knows? Who the fuck knows?
And you don't care.
No, I don't care. I said I don't know. I'm gonna just make up shit. I don't know. I don't know why. That's my answer. I don't know.
Dude, in a sense, we're all kind of journalists. There's a big unanswered question hanging above us. How are we not interested in trying to get to the bottom of this?
We are interested. That's why we're talking about it. You know, but I'm not gonna make up shit either. You know, we need more data here. We don't have enough of it. Understand? And I don't want to go down, you know, these conspiracy lines and shit. You know.
Yeah, by the way. The PS3 third-party games on the PS3 were never consistently as good as 360 even through the end of the life cycle.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
The only games that looked better were the first-party games.
Yeah.
Dude, I don't know why you guys are trying this big conspiracy thing. All I asked is why are games running better on the PlayStation?
And I'm answering it.
I said it like 10 times. I said the development tools. What Digital Foundry said, and they heard from developers, and saying that the development tools that Microsoft laid out were late. Like, essentially, they didn't have enough time with the development tools, and they're not fully fleshed out as compared to the Sony ones, that the games are not coming out as good. And I don't know exactly what it is about the development tools, but that's the thing that everyone's talking about.
Yeah. But again, Microsoft hasn't officially said this. I just want to state that. Microsoft has not officially said any of this. This is just, you know, conjecture, whatever. From professionals, granted, you know, from professionals, but we haven't heard anything from Microsoft yet. You know?
I believe they've said something about they've at least addressed the issue with the current discrepancy in last-gen games, haven't they?
I haven't heard it. If it is, please fill me in, because I haven't heard that. I haven't heard Phil Spencer or Ryan Greenberg, any of these guys saying this shit. You know?
By the way, you know how, just to go back to the point about PS3 games eventually looking better, and actually no. Like the
first
PS3
parties
did. Third party. Those games didn't look as good to the end of the life cycle. Even Hip Hop Gamer had to buy all his third party games on Xbox 360
because they looked better. Yeah,
because they look better.
I think that's gonna happen this time. I just said that if we take
but you used it as an example. I don't think it was a good one.
Yeah, because by that example, that means that by the end of this generation, all third-party games will always look better on PS5, but the Xbox exclusives will look better than PS5. That's what you're saying.
I think eventually Xbox Series X
will look better towards either system. I'm just saying, The only thing we have to go on is this one thing, and that's how it went down.
Yeah, fair enough. Again, we need more answers. By the way, I should say this, though, just to be fair here, because we're like, hey, this is Sony's fault for doing this. Isn't it Microsoft's fault for getting these fucking things late to these developers?
Yes, 100%.
Right.
Yeah.
Make that clear, All right.
I'm not being inconsistent.
Yeah, just for the fans, because they're going fucking crazy in the chat right now. I love you guys.
Okay.
Microsoft's a bunch of dicks because they didn't get it there. No, fair enough. I'm fooling around.
Yeah.
I mean, you play.
Yeah. Oh, that's Brooklyn Bear says it's the first month of new console. It's still too early to see anything yet. Fair enough.
Yeah. I mean, it's
definitely too early.
I agree. I agree with that.
Like most of these games are still just carryover games, so it's kind of like saying, okay, which one of these systems is it easier to get last gen into current gen?
How come you can't get these PlayStation and Xbox, PlayStation 4 and Xbox One games to run on the new fancy consoles? I thought we were in the new age. I thought it was all about 60 frames per second and 4K. Doesn't seem like you motherfuckers could either do that.
Well, technically, they are doing that, just not doing it at the same time.
They can't do it at the same time. Just as we sort of said in the beginning, they're not going to be running these things like that. We're going to wait till next generation for that shit to happen. I mean, come on. Like, half these things are like running like, they're, downscaling themselves down to 1080 or 720 to get them to run. Come on.
Yeah, by the way, Knack plays at 4K 60. Just saying, man. Oh, God.
The butter game.
The butter game. All right, man, let's move on. Next question.
Is that a cat in the background, or is it just me?
Probably a cat.
Behind Manny.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a cat.
Yep, there it is. It's licking himself. Cats. Oh, there he is. He's looking right now. That's what cats do. They lick themselves and stare at stuff.
That's Minnie.
Minnie?
Yeah, he's Minnie.
Licking his ass. That's what cats do, man. All right.
for the camera.
He's licking his ass, right? Cats always say, like, let me get the right camera angle. Let's go. Brett's cats do that shit too. It's like, oh, I'm just going to lick my ass right here, right down in front of everybody. Oh, man. All right. Moving on. It's Upper Room AK. All right. This is a question we get a lot, but it's, it's relevant because things are always changing. But I'm going to zero it in a little bit. What are your most anticipated games of early 2020? It could be announced or unannounced.
2020 or 2021?
2021. He said, hold on. Ooh. Let's say 2021. Let's change that. Oh, my most anticipated game is the Metal Gear Solid remake. That's definitely coming. Ratchet and Clank.
Confirmed by some random YouTuber.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah. Ratchet and Clank all the way. That's mine for sure. What about the rest of you guys?
That's mine. I don't think Halo Infinite is going to come out early. And does Microsoft have anything announced for early 2021? I can't think of anything.
Not really. Not yet.
Yo, Carlos.
Yo.
I don't even think Halo Infinite is going to come out next year, bro.
Yo,
I mean, I'm gonna quote Adam. They gotta have something, man.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Something. It's got to.
Yo, you know what they're gonna do? They're gonna have Halo Infinite Ground Zero. It's gonna be like an hour episode. What the appetite?
Halo Infinite Prologue.
Yeah, exactly, man. And it's gonna come with a demo disc for Crackdown 4.
It's man. I think I'm optimistic about it. I think it'll come out.
I think 2021. I think fall 2021 realistically is when it comes out.
I think it'll be a holiday title.
Yeah.
Should launch next year.
Is Bethesda dropping a new game next year? Who knows?
Yeah,
we don't know what they were working on. When this acquisition happened.
All right, Adam. What are you anticipating early next year? Games.
Early next year.
But the first 3 months.
Easy. I just want the games that they released this year to start working, because a lot of the shit that I've been playing, like Cold War and Valhalla and stuff, crash on me all the time on the PS5. My zombies mode, every time I try to boot up on zombies, if I'm hosting, it crashes. I can jump into certain people's games as long as I don't touch the controller at all and wait completely until the countdown. Even if I'm in the game and they're doing a little countdown, if I just press any button, it crashes.
Man, fuck Sony, man.
Yeah, that's an issue. Watch Dogs on my PlayStation 5 with the PlayStation 5 version has crashed a few times on me, just backing out, trying to go to the main menu. So at least it's saved, but when I try to go to the main menu, it gives me the black screen and then it just craps. So I just want the shit that they put on there ready to work. So if they can get those working, then I'll be happy. Oh, and I also, yeah. That's it.
No, go ahead, Adam. What else?
No, that's it. I just want to, and all these other games that say that they're coming for next gen versions, just to, I don't know, make it more next gen. Just don't patch it up and just add some feedback. The feedback's dope. I love the controller, but I don't know. I'm not a fan of the card system. I've noticed a lot of those little things don't work in some of the games that I've been playing. And I heard people have said that it works great with the miles. I don't have miles, but I have all the other games. And when I try it, it tries to load. Sometimes it'll take me to the main menu. For Valhalla, if I go to, load last checkpoint, it doesn't do it. It just takes me into the main menu. And it's like, now I still have to click continue. So what was the point? I could have just clicked the game. So when it comes to that, I just want these next gen version games to work. That's all.
You know, I kind of agree with Adam about the cards. They haven't blown me away.
They're not really useful, to be honest, because they're inconsistent from game to game, you know?
Yeah.
Like for Demon Souls, they're fucking useless, you know?
Mm-hmm. Like I've been playing a lot of Borderlands 3 at the PS5 version on there, and they have some cards because it's the 5 version. And one of them said news, right? Read official news. I'm like, let me go. I click on it, a black screen, nothing comes up. It doesn't boot me out or anything.
There is no news.
There is no news. At least tell me that, but tell me no news.
There is no news.
Come back later.
Well, what news would they have on an old game? Hey, look, it just released.
Wrong. No, they just released a season pass, a new season 2 with this next gen. That was the whole thing that I did a write-up because it's all this new content. So yeah, they could have that. They could have a trailer for it. You know, there's nothing there.
That's not news.
Right.
They're probably not gonna use it. I mean, the news tab used to be on. They used to have something similar on the PlayStation 4. They used to have like a little card section. It shows you how many trophies it was and all kinds of other stuff. Pretty much, they just moved that little thing that no one would go to by pressing down as the main screen. But yeah, a lot of times it was always inconsistent. Some places would have their website. Some places would have little, connections to all the different streamers. Some didn't. It all depends on the developer.
Manny, I know what you're anticipating for early next year.
Oh yeah, what's that?
And a reason for you to be at a PS5.
Yeah, a reason for me to get any one of these things. I mean, like, hey, look.
Let's be honest. This is a PS5.
Hey, look, and we're getting all bent out of shape because I can't play my old PlayStation 4 games on my new one for free. Yay, whoop-de-doo. I played all those fucking games before. I mean,
Oh man, I did want to add that about the PlayStation Plus collection. I don't own 3 of those games. That's it. I'm like, I've beaten platinum most of these fucking games.
The only reason why I'm pissed off is why I ain't Gravity Rush on there, motherfucker.
You know,
I ain't gonna be on
Shu, hey, what's up, man?
Hey, that didn't make them money, so that's the one that's not on there. But I want to see something that'll impress me, something that's not just a rehash of what was from this term, something that somebody not trying to sell me the same old bullshit, but that runs a little bit better. I see you guys playing the Demon's Souls. It looks great, but I mean, is that really something that could have been that really couldn't have been done on a 4? Maybe not at 60.
Yeah, I don't think at 60. No way.
But I mean.
The loading, man. The loading is
and the 4K. You can.
I think that the most impressive thing about a lot of these new consoles is the whole loading thing. Just seeing you guys like zap through, and not have to look at that splash screen from the original Demon Souls. That's a game changer, and not having to wait like 1,000 years for you to restart and up and respawn in the Nexus, stuff like that. I think that's the biggest thing. But as far as maybe that's the thing. Maybe that's what they're trying to say now. Maybe we've supposedly reached the precipice of graphics or something like that, and it's just getting shinier versions of what things we had last time. I don't know, but right now there hasn't been anything. There's not really anything coming or on the consoles currently that is really selling me on anything that's going to be that. But that can change. maybe I give it, to be honest, I give it till 2020. 2020 is when we're going to start seeing some.
We're already
2020 right now.
Excuse me, 2022.
2022.
Okay. Yeah, 2022. I'm going to give it till then. I think that's when everybody's going to be up and rolling, and that's when you have it. To be honest, I think that's probably the point when they're going to start finally locking everything to the next gen consoles, and we're not going to see silliness like, "Hey, look, we put it on the old one."
Oh man! All right, Carlos, you already went, right? You said Ratchet.
Yeah, Ratchet and Clank.
Right.
Yeah.
Chris.
I say the only thing besides that game I was looking forward to was Resident Evil 8.
Oh, yeah, man. That's the good stuff right there.
I'm hyped. I look at the title every so often on the PS Store. They have the slots, like Returnal and the other games, and they have 8 there, and I'm like, yo, give it to me now.
Yeah, dude.
Give it to me now.
I tweeted about this. I posted a screenshot from PlayStation Final Fantasy 16. I'm like, you motherfuckers teasing, man.
Yeah, the title for that's there too.
Yeah.
Like, yo, give it to me.
Yeah.
Don't tease me.
Yeah. I doubt that's coming early next year. But if that game comes out next year, I'm done. Give me that shit. That'll be my game of the year instantly.
Yeah.
All right. Brett, what are you looking forward to early next year, man?
Nothing.
Oh damn! Not even for Microsoft.
There's nothing really coming out, man. Like the list is pretty barren in the first 3 months. Like after that, things seem to pick up. But we're talking, beginning of next year. I'm assuming, first quarter of the year. So I'm cutting it off at 3 months. And January, February, and March are pretty sparse, man.
Yeah. No, you're right. I could only think of fucking Ratchet and Clank. It's the only one I could think of. March, April's when things pick up, but
I think Deathloop comes out somewhere in there. I am looking forward to the Deathloop.
There you go. All right, and Brian, I guess this isn't applicable to you.
What is there? That's the question. What is there?
I give you the respect fist, but you're all the way over there.
Well, what?
Yo, man, that Atlantic fist bump.
Okay, look, there's Ratchet and Clank, but really, it's just another Ratchet and Clank game. You can load faster. But is the game fundamentally different, or is it just a Ratchet and Clank game but loading faster?
Oh, dude,
everyone's very
Brian, you know me,
about,
man. Ratchet and Clank, that's all I need, brother. I'm good.
Everyone's very wowed by the fact that they have portals in Ratchet and Clank now, literal portals. It's we played this back in the PS3 days when you could portal around. It's not wow me, people. I'm sorry. And it's more shiny things.
Did they make a whole game out of that? Where you did portals and used portals to get from one place to another with the assistance of portals? I don't remember what it's called.
Yeah.
Portal?
I think it's called Realms, maybe. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Whole simulator.
Yeah, I'm just, again, I'm not wowed by Ratchet and Clank. I just think that unless they can fundamentally change the game, which is a bad thing because they fundamentally changed the game, I just don't care for it. Xbox has nothing. The Medium, I don't know when that's.
I got delayed too, baby. That was supposed to come out in December.
Yeah, so I don't know if that's is out early next year or not. But yeah, they're just meh.
What about the large?
Pokemon Snap. I was waiting for I don't care who you are. I'm excited for Pokemon Snap because that shit looks fire. And plus, I'm waiting for a Fatal Frame game. I'm still waiting. It's gonna happen.
Brian, that was a troll, right?
What?
Not the Fatal Frame part, the Pokemon Snap. That was a troll, right?
No, they had said that.
Nostalgia is a hell of a
No. Oh, okay, never mind. You answered my question.
That they said that Pokemon Snap.
No. I'm saying, are you excited? Are you being excited for that? Are you trolling me right now?
No, it's Pokemon Snap.
Okay. I just want you to understand, Brian. So, okay, just so we're fair here, right? I'm excited for Ratchet and Clank. You're excited for Pokemon Snap.
Yep. This shit is innovative.
Yeah, you're both dorks. We're all dorks. We're on a podcast about video games.
You want to talk about things? You want to talk about things that getting shinier.
This is the closest thing I have to a new Fatal Frame game, Tony. Just leave me alone.
Okay, fair enough. I'm not hating on Fatal Frame. I'm just saying.
Obviously,
it's better than what Ratchet and Clank. I don't care about Ratchet and Clank. I've done that. I got the platinum.
No, but Brian, that's my point though. It's you're excited for Pokemon. I'm like, who the fuck cares Pokemon? That's just my point. It's you can't be excited for Ratchet and Clank because that's that to me. That's a fucking game to get. You know, just like Pokemon seems to be a game to get for you. You know,
Pokemon.
So I don't know when the new one is meant to be out. So I'm still kind of like, yeah. But either way, I have the Cyberpunks to keep me busy, so I'm good.
Yo, Brian, you don't gotta wait for that update patch either. The next gen patch, man. You already next gen. Man.
I get the next gen. Yeah, I get the next gen game in like a couple of days. You know, don't need to wait for the patch.
Well, you know, because they just as they were, because they were a PC company. You know, they did PC games first. They QA'd the PC version, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they even said that the PC that the PC version is actually done. They're literally just fixing the console versions.
Honestly, I don't know what the big fuss about Cyberpunk is. It's just a shinier version of genitalia.
It's just a shiny version of Deus Ex Machina.
Yeah, but better.
Oh man! By the way, real quick, Kristen, thank you for taking out the trash in the chat. Thank you for that. Some motherfucker. Oh yeah, these motherfuckers. They're spamming our chat now. You know, buy 1 million followers with this. Get the fuck out of here. All right. So yeah, you got Cyberpunks. Yeah. I want to play Brian, but I want to upgrade my shit first. Buy a new PC, man. I want the ray tracings, the 60 FPS, the 4K, everything.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
go for it. Go for it.
Yeah. Now I want that Deus Ex Machina though, man. I like those games.
But generally, like, what is the start of next year? Because I really
Ratchet and Clank is literally the only game. That's the only one.
Usually that's the only game that matters. Something. Why don't we actually look at what's coming?
Yeah, let's do that because we got to fill up time anyway. You know, let's look at some. What is coming in early 2020? That's like actually confirmed. You know. Because right, and you guys in the chat help us out too. You motherfuckers ain't saying shit. You're still mad at Brett. You know,
do these motherfuckers think I hate PlayStation or something?
Yeah, actually,
I think they do.
Actually, Maine, while you're looking, Reggie asked, "Why did you get a PlayStation 5 if you hate on Sony so much?"
What, did he ask me that?
Yes, yeah, he said Brett.
Oh, because I still fucking care, and I like Sony. Like, look, man, the opposite of love is apathy. Me bitching about stuff is only because I take the time to actually care about what they're doing. The fact that I bitch about Sony is because I want them to do better. It's a weird way of expressing love, but that's just how my family raised me. So yeah, like I yell because like I want to see them do better because I've known Sony to do better, and I kind of want to expect them to do better, but that's too much to ask, and I realize that. So yeah, man, like. I don't hate Sony. Like, if that's the impression I give off, I'm sorry, guys. Like, honestly, I don't give a shit about either system. I got both. I'm not even part of the fight. I get pissy about Sony as a company because they don't treat their people good, but they make damn good products. They make highly polished, awesome games. So yeah, it's like a snooty friend that makes awesome food or something like that. You're like, God damn it, I hate how pissy you are about this, but I can't deny that these pancakes are fucking amazing. Meanwhile, Microsoft really shows that they're trying. That's the attitude I want to see from a company. But unfortunately, I don't have anything to show for it. They haven't actually delivered on anything. They've done everything I can expect somebody to do when they're trying to turn around a company, and that's why I'm kind of giving them a little bit of the benefit of the doubt. And I want to see them do better. There was a time, again, Xbox was an awesome company. There was a time when Sega was an awesome company. They're dead now. I don't want either of these companies to go away because I like the competition that they make. I like the exclusives on both sides because honestly, that's where we get our best fucking games. When somebody's being bitchy and pissy and over-competitive with another company, they make something awesome. It's great. So the reason I got a PlayStation is because I support Sony. If they aggravate me, sure. But it's one of those, like, every group has a friend. They're like, yeah, he's an asshole, but he's our asshole. That's kind of my feeling towards Sony. I've been there from the beginning, man. I'm not going to go anywhere now. I mean, to do so would take a huge thing. Like, I don't know, the Red Ring of Death. Otherwise, I don't skip generations.
There you go, man. All right, I found the games that are coming, and these are confirmed, by the way. All right, so, wow. Here's Adam's favorite game, Cobra Kai. That's coming out in January.
What do you think?
MX
show the game is already out.
Yeah, no, it's coming to PC, so Brian can play it now.
Oh, the PC. All right.
All right.
I reviewed that one. That was a good one. It's a good beat 'em up. If you're into the franchise, it's fun. It's not reinventing the wheel, but it's fun.
Yeah, we got MXGP 2020. That sounds like a racing game coming to PS5.
Yeah.
Hey, Chris, there you go. Hitman 3, January.
Hitman 3.
Very nice. Yeah. I played
Very good. Prince of Persia, Sands of Time remake. I don't like the art style, but I have to buy that because that's my favorite fucking game from that franchise. I love Sands of Time. That is the best one.
That's great. Yeah.
All right, we got Ride
And
4.
Ridge Racer.
Yeah, Ride 4, that's already out right now, but it's coming to next-gen consoles.
Ooh, I see it, Tony.
Yeah. Yeah, there it is, Brian. The Medium, January 28th. There you go.
Oh, no. Not that one. January 26th.
Strongholds
Pokemon
Warlords.
Snap?
What the hell is
No,
that?
the other one. The other one.
I'm looking at Game Informer. I don't know what the hell you're looking at.
Yeah,
Wikipedia.
Games Radar.
Okay, Brian, what do you see? Because I listed every game in January right now.
Atelier Riser 2.
Oh, there you go. Atelier. Yeah, Thick Girl. Yeah, there you go.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, 2? Damn, they're already up to the second one?
Mm-hmm.
Crazy. There you go, man. I could never really get into those games, man. Too much fucking alchemy in there, crafting. Like, come on, man. Fuck is this?
There's Outriders. Outriders.
Yeah, Outriders in
You said that,
February.
right?
But it's funny about Outriders. I remember last February, which was one of the last trips I made this fucking year. By the way, I said last year, this February. We're still in 2020. I went to LA to preview this fucking game. It was supposed to be out this year, but it got delayed. So Outriders, Werewolf the Apocalypse.
There's
a lot of Neo's coming. Neo 2.
Neo remastered.
Yeah.
Nier 1 remastered complete edition. Nier 2 complete edition. PlayStation 4.
Neo. Yeah.
Neo 2 remastered complete edition for PlayStation 5, and then the Neo collection PS5. So
buy the
you can
Neo
buy
collection.
it.
Just buy the Neo collection.
So you can buy. You can either buy the games piecemeal, like hey, I want to buy them, or you can buy them all together.
Yeah. All right. Little Nightmares 2. I don't know what the fuck that is. Okay, I'm
anticipating that. Okay, that's an old game.
Yeah.
No, Little Nightmares 2 is new.
The first one, but this is the
This
second
is
one.
There's 2.
I meant you've played the first one. You know the first one.
I never even heard of it. I never even heard
the
of
little
it.
creep with the kid and being trapped.
Hold on.
Carlos played it.
I love seeing Tony's face like never heard of it, which means that either he played it and just went out of his mind because he doesn't care, or he just never played it.
Yeah. Either one of those, man. Super Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury. I'm confused. Didn't Super Mario 3D World already come out?
That's not a next gen game.
That's what it says right here, man. I'm reading the fucking games.
Well, the thing is, you skipped all the
I'm just reading what's on.
here.
I'm just reading what's on here, dude.
Oh, you're going through all of them. Oh,
yeah.
Okay, because I just was going through the next gen games.
Yeah, no, I'm going with whatever's on here. I'm literally naming every game because there's like 10 games per month. Riders Republic.
Yeah.
Oh,
Bravely Default 2.
Ooh, Bravely Default 2. Give me that shit. That'll be the first. That'll be the first Switch game I buy in like a fucking year.
Destruction All Stars, which was also delayed, right? Wasn't that?
I don't see it. Which one are you? Manny, I'm on Game Informer. I don't know where you're reading.
I'm on Games Radar. It seems like they're both the same, but also different.
Yeah, I think they're under the same parent company. So in March, and Manny, you can fill in whatever gaps I leave out here. Harvest Moon, One World, Switch game. Yakuza for PS5. Story of Seasons, Pioneer of Olive Town. All right, this is a Switch game. There you go. Balin Wonderworld. What is that? And Monster Hunter Rise for Switch. March is the only good game is fucking Yakuza. What is this trash?
Cyber Knight Flashpoint for PC.
All right. Yeah, what did I miss?
Okay, so there is Heroes Escape for PC. There's Rogue Invader, which is also a PC game. It seems like yours omits the lesser known PC games.
Yeah, it doesn't. Yeah, skips all that bullshit.
Okay, so there was Cyber Knight Flashpoint. Then there was Fear Morion. I don't know that. Near Replicant version 1. Blah blah blah.
Don't read that shit.
Which is the remake of the original Nier.
Okay, I was going to ask you. I'm confused by that. All right, so there you go. That's actually the first 4 months.
And then Humankind, and then Deathloop is on.
Oh, Deathloop, Brett. There you go. May. That's coming in May 21st.
What is?
Deathloop.
Oh,
yeah, according to this, it says May 21st.
Oh no, wait, that's way outside the beginning of the year.
Yeah,
that's middle of the year.
Yeah. Here's something interesting. This is for Game Informer. So they have Deathloop here, but they have a screenshot from that game Stray, the one where you play a cat. They have a screenshot from that. It's kind of interesting.
Yeah, they might have messed up there. Yeah, so this first batch, this first list goes all the way up to May. It's not a lot of games, by the way.
No, it's not. I mean, more games are going to be announced, obviously, but yeah.
Yeah, but from January all the way to April, it's a bunch of remakes, a bunch of ports with very little, actually new experiences.
Yeah. Again, just keep this in mind. These are games that are confirmed. More games obviously will come out.
Yeah. We got the Game Awards coming, so they're gonna, flash a bunch of dates at you.
Watch this thing get updated as soon as the Game Awards is over. Here, all the games are announced. Roar.
Okay. I found possibly like how do I put this? The most unfortunately named game so far in that list.
Uh-oh.
It's called Gods Will Fall.
Gods Will Fall.
It just sounds like another game that did fall.
Yeah. Oh.
That's
Gods Fell. They should change their name.
Is it a looter shooter also?
Oh no, it's a fancy RPG.
Oh, okay. At least it has
anime characters in it.
Yeah. Oh, I feel sorry for that game now, man.
Yeah.
I feel sorry for that game right now, bro. Oh man! All right, that's gonna do it for us. I don't have any like big announcements. We did our contest. We're good to go. Oh, I will say, the next coming episode of Throwdown will be the last normal episode of the year, because after that we're gonna have the VGA episode. Then we're gonna have the big end of the year special. And I'm still debating whether we're gonna do Games of the Generation in one or separate. We'll figure it out. But either way,
I guess it just depends on what's gonna be in the news.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, next week will be just regular show, where we do news, and then after that, things start ramping up. Also, keep in mind, for the last 2 episodes of the year for both shows, we're going to have the recap, right, which we're going to be basically, like we always do, favorite games of the year, big news of the year, all that shit. And throw out your questions, Carlos, AMA. So get ready to ask us random
Anime, baby.
Otanime's coming back, man. That's the big announcement. Me, Riku, and Larray is the manga god.
Apparently, he renounced that role. He says he wasn't the manga god.
He said he never said it on air. Yeah, he never said it, even though he literally.
It's on tape.
It's on tape. It's on tape. You can't hide from it, bruh.
He probably has selective hearing. He's like, I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah. It just sounds like fucking peanuts. Anyway, Manny, do you have anything to plug, sir?
Yes. So, make sure to go out there and pick up Excellence. We're, coming up. We're still working on the next issue. The next few issues. Got a few things from Marvel. We just announced Spider-Man. What was it? Symbiote King or something like that with a cool looking Black Spider-Man cover. Then we have your Future State covers coming for Aquaman. We also got I'm working on Future State Wonder Woman Nubia. We got a bunch of stuff. At the end of this year was a lot of big stuff, and then most of all, the game that I did the artwork for, Sim Sandy, which is still free until the 16th on Xbox.
Yeah.
Games with gold. So, if you want to play a fun little multiplayer game, made by literally 2 people. And, great. They did a really great job, and it was a pleasure to work with them. So, yeah, check it out.
Good stuff. Adam, what you got, brother?
We just finished up World Beyond. That's the Walking Dead series, that side spin-off that was not good at all. But it was only 10 episodes, and they squeezed in episode 9 and 10 in tonight's finale. So if you want to go and just hear us rant about this, go ahead over at the Coalition on YouTube. It's the I Am Negan podcast, also on Spotify and iTunes. Check it out.
There you go, man.
Yeah.
All right, man. That's going to do it for us here on Throwdown. So make sure you follow us on Twitch and Twitter. Subscribe to us on YouTube and join our Discord. You can find us on the podcast app by searching for Throwdown Show, and you can visit throwdownshow.com to listen to past episodes. Links are located in the description below. Once again, our show is Tony Polanco, and tonight I was joined by Emilio Lopez.
See you later, guys.
Chris Seeley.
Hey, take care, everyone.
Carlos Romero.
Peace out.
Adam Vale.
Have a good week, everybody.
Brett Murdoch.
It's been real.
And Brian Monjoma.
Shout out to Hip Hop Gamer's stream of Demon Souls. It
Yes.
was entertaining as all hell.
Glorious.
Glorious.
Oh, yo, when the dragon comes, that's the best part. That's the best part, man. All right, people. We'll see you, man. Shout out to my man Grogu. You know who you are, man. Later.
Yeah, that was cool.
Hey, later.